under the glowing lights of the stadium, where every cheer seemed to echo endlessly and every flash of a camera immortalized the evening. Jannik Sinner stood with a mixture of triumph and quiet reflection in his eyes. The crowd around him was erupting in jubilation. His name rolled across the arena in waves of admiration and celebration. He had done it again, conquered another formidable opponent, carved another milestone in a career that seemed to be unfolding faster than even he could comprehend. Yet amid the roars, as he tried to steady his breathing and take in the enormity of the moment, his lips parted to release words that carried more emotion than any post-match victory speech ever could. In a soft, almost uncertain tone, he said, "I don't know if my mom was here." Those words lingered in the air, tender and fragile, contrasting with the electrifying energy that had filled the court moments before. It was as though time slowed for a heartbeat. The noise dimmed, and the world caught a glimpse not of the champion, but of the sun. Jannik Sinner, the young Italian who had risen from the quiet valleys of South Tyrol to the loudest arenas of professional tennis, revealed something raw and deeply human, a longing that no victory could fill, an uncertainty that came not from competition, but from the heart.It was a confession that transcended the match itself. For many watching, it struck a chord that words rarely do. Because behind every athlete's glory, behind every shining trophy and triumphant smile, lies a story of separation, sacrifice, and the quiet ache of distance from loved ones. For Sinner, that brief sentence seemed to carry the weight of years spent away from home, years of pushing himself to limits few can imagine. While the people who had quietly nurtured his dreams watched from afar, that Jannik's journey to that moment was never a tale of glamour or entitlement. It began in the serene mountain town of San Candido, nestled in Italy's northern reaches, where the rhythm of life was dictated by snowfalls, ski slopes, and the laughter of a close-knit community. His parents, Johann and Sieglind, worked simple yet demanding jobs, his father a chef, his mother a waitress, in a ski lodge where long hours and modest living were the norm. They were not the kind of parents who chased fame for their son. Instead, they valued hard work, humility, and quiet perseverance. From them, Sinner learned that real success is not just about winning, but about doing things the right way, with respect, balance, and gratitude. As a child, Jannik was more interested in skiing than tennis. He showed exceptional skill on the slopes, gliding with the same ease that would later define his movements on a tennis court. But when tennis found him, or perhaps when he found tennis, it wasn't an easy transition. His parents did not fully understand sport, nor did they know where it might lead. Yet they trusted him. They let him explore, make choices, and learn from them, a freedom that became a cornerstone of his character. That trust shaped him into the quiet, self-reliant young man the world would come to admire. Years later, when Sinner stood victorious on one of the world's biggest stages, his question about his mother's presence was not merely about her physical whereabouts. It was about the invisible thread that connects a child to his roots, no matter how far he travels. It was about the desire to share one's highest moments with the people who helped make them possible. After all, every swing of his racket, every ounce of his composure under pressure, every calm smile in victory or defeat, they all carried echoes of his upbringing, of lessons learned in the quiet corners of home, where love was not loud but constant. Athletes often appear to the public as untouchable, their lives a montage of triumphs and applause. Yet few realize how lonely that path can be. The travel, the endless training, the physical strain, and above all, the emotional distance from family. These are the silent prices of greatness. For Sinner, whose humility often masks the intensity of his life, that emotional cost became clear in that one statement. His words didn't just reveal longing. They revealed how deeply he values the presence of his family, even when fame tries to pull him in every direction. The crowd around him may have celebrated his win, but his heart seemed to be elsewhere, searching the stands, perhaps, or picturing his mother watching from a screen somewhere far away. Maybe she couldn't make it to the match due to the relentless travel of the tour, or perhaps she preferred to stay out of the limelight, just as she always had. Whatever the reason, Sinner's uncertainty wasn't disappointment, it was tenderness. It was a reminder that even in the glow of global admiration, an athlete's most meaningful validation often comes from the quiet pride of those who know them best. The tennis world, so accustomed to post-match interviews filled with statistics and polite acknowledgments, found itself moved by this moment of vulnerability. Fans across social media replayed the clip, sharing their own interpretations. Some saw it as a simple remark, others as a confession of loneliness, but all agreed it revealed something beautifully human. In that instant, Sinner wasn't just a champion, He was every child who has ever looked into a crowd searching for their parent, every person who has ever achieved something remarkable while wishing someone they loved could be there to see it, and there was something almost poetic in that vulnerability. For all his youthful composure and near-perfect discipline on the court, Sinner had shown that true strength lies not in suppressing emotion, but in acknowledging it. The same steadiness that allows him to stare down match points and remain unflinching in pressure was, paradoxically, intertwined with his sensitivity, the ability to feel deeply, to care, to remember where he came from. If one looks back at his journey, this emotional grounding has always been part of him. When he left home at a young age to pursue tennis more seriously, he was thrust into